If you hit the Buddha statue, you've gone too far. Turn around, go through the stone doors, and you're there. I hate it when the directions just pop into my head like that. It's so disorienting. You're a loser, baby, you're a loser. Hey, intern, how's everything going out here? Oh, hey, Angelo. They're certainly going. Enjoy your break. Oh, most definitely. Has Been Hotel is just as good as that soul was letting on. The songs are going to be in my head for days. I also took the time to watch the spin-off series, Hell of a Boss. Not as good in my opinion, but still worth the watch. And Hermes, he looked pretty rough when he went through here. Yeah, he just went in and passed out on the couch immediately. Didn't even say a word to me. Did Zeus curse him with a hangover again? Yep, and he cursed some other gods too, apparently. Yeah, Zeus would do that. They really need to learn to start inviting him. Anyway, Hermes is probably going to be back there passed out for a few days. Days? He'll be out for days? Yeah, and one time he was even passed out for an entire month. No use waking him either. You just have to let him sleep it off. Huh. In any case, I've had a good handle on things out here. Oh? Any problems? Really, nothing that wasn't under my control. Okay, fine. Let's see you handle the next one then. Next! Hello. Did I get to the Gates of Judgement? Yes. Hello and welcome. How can I help you today? Actually, I was wondering if I could help you. What exactly do you mean by that? Well, I heard through the grapevine that the Gates of Judgement were actually accepting help from souls, kind of. That's not really true, I don't think. Is it? Not to my knowledge, and I would be the one to know. Really? I thought there was a damned soul here that was seeking redemption. Yes, that would be me. I really shouldn't be surprised that word has spread about this. So I figured if a soul can be sent here, why couldn't a soul actually, volunteer their services for it? Is that allowed? Well, I don't think it's actually against the rules. I've got to be honest, this is the first time that anything like this has happened. There's a first time for everything, right? Before we agree to anything, there's a very important part of the job application process that we should probably acknowledge. And what would that be? Well, the interview, of course. So, you're interested in volunteering here at the Gates of Judgement. If you're going to work here, we're going to need to learn a little bit about you first. Yes, and I tried looking, but no file came through for this soul. Oh, that's actually understandable. See, the files that we get are for souls that either haven't chosen or haven't been given an afterlife yet. This one is already a resident of the afterlife. You have a paradise, I'm guessing. Yep, been there for a while, actually. Right, so we actually wouldn't have their file yet, which means we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, by actually asking questions. Ask away. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Let's start with something simple. What's your name? Oh, of course. Sorry. My name is Henry. I should have introduced myself earlier. Nice to meet you. I'm Angelo, and this here is the intern. Nice to meet you. Does the intern have an actual name, or... Apparently, I haven't earned the right to use it yet. And I'll be the one to decide when you're ready for that. For now, let's focus on you. Why do you want to work here? Well, I have been having a good time in paradise, experiencing new things, spending time with loved ones, but... Well, when I was alive, I did a lot of volunteer work, and I've been itching to dip my toes back into it. If that's the case, then why don't you join the Double L Help Desk? They get a ton of volunteers. While I have heard of the fun that they have, taking damned souls down a notch or two, that's not exactly the vibe that I'm looking for. I want to actually help people, get people to their chosen afterlife, give advice when I need to, things like that. That sounds very noble of you. No wonder you got a paradise. You should know, if you're going to be volunteering here, then you're probably going to be dealing with an awful lot of damned souls. Probably more of those than the good ones, to be honest. Totally right, intern. So, Henry, how can you handle taking verbal abuse from morally repugnant people? Well, I'm a trans man, so in life, I did experience my fair share of unwarranted hatred and vitriol. I see. I'm very sorry that you went through that. How did you respond to it? My first thought is usually, oh, they're probably just ignorant to the truth. So my first response is usually giving information. However, if the hatred continues, I usually tend to ignore it. Ignoring it isn't going to be a response you can get away with here. It's important to be firm when you have to be in this job. Oh, I'm no stranger to taking bigots down with choice words, don't you worry. That's exactly what I want to hear. Good. You look a bit young, though. How old were you when you died? Well, 33, but I don't look much younger than the intern over there. I was actually in my 70s when I died. But, it's the afterlife. I'm allowed to look however I want. Or so I was told. You know what? I'm convinced. I'm willing to give you a shot. Really? Just like that? To be honest, I was ready to trust you when you got here. I'm an excellent judge of character, and I could tell you were a good soul as soon as I looked at you. The interview was just to get to know you a little bit better. You're the boss, I suppose. Before we get you started with your first soul, are there any questions that you wanted to ask? Now that you mention it, there were one or two questions that I did have in mind. So before I start working at the Gates of Judgement, there were a few things I wanted to know. If it's about starting salary, I'm sorry, but there's absolutely no money to be made here. Heh, no, it's more important than any of that. It's actually about the two of you. All right, hit us with your best shot. Well, as I said before, I'm a trans man, and while I can take random hatred from passers-by, the sly comment every now and then, I cannot take it from people who are around me every day. I just cannot handle that kind of negativity day in and day out. You sound like you're speaking from experience. Multiple, very, very crappy experiences. At least one coworker in every single job that I had tried to get me fired. One succeeded. Yikes. Sounds like a hassle. My first question is, are both of you accepting of my identity? You do you, dude. If you're happy in your own skin, I'm happy for you. Frankly, I never understood why humans put so much stock into gender anyway. Good answer. What about you, intern? When I was alive, in my early life, I wasn't exactly a friend to the gay community. I found it all very odd, in direct defiance of God's plan. Oh, you are one of those types. Unfortunately, yes. I wasn't out there counter-protesting or anything extreme like that. It's just, I wasn't exactly kind to those who crossed my path. It wasn't until later in life when, one of my best friends had a son who was not straight. I can't remember exactly the term that they used, but my friend gave me this piece of advice that really changed my way of thinking. And what was that? He said, that community just wants to be able to live their lives without judgment. They just want to be seen as part of the world. So stop treating them as an aberration and start treating them as human. That's a good piece of advice. Your friend sounds wise. He was, and I followed his advice. Eventually. It took some time for me to digest, but I'd like to think I got there. So, in answer to your question, Henry, I have a question of my own in return. Okay. Do you plan at all on flirting with me or hitting on me? What? Absolutely not. You're not even remotely my type. Then we are good. Well, good. Now that that's all squared away, anything else, Henry? Well, I know I said that I'm mostly here to help people, and I am. But as you said, some souls come in here with bad attitudes. So, My question is this. Can I fulfill my retail worker fantasies and just yell at people who are rude to me? Of course, we do that all the time. Wonderful, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. What about, can I modify their destination at all? Like, say, for example, if they're going to the Christian hell, can I knock them down a level if they annoy me too much? We, or more specifically, neither of you, have the power or capacity to do that. I do have a limited ability to do that, but only if I get approval from the appropriate parties first. Meaning you would have to call the corresponding god and ask them to do it. Got it right in one. I don't tend to do that too often, though. I guess that's understandable. Oh, what about a trapdoor for the annoying ones? I should really get one installed, to be honest. Tell you what, I'll put in an application to Hephaestus and see if he can put a portal here that has programmability to different afterlives. I wonder if that's workable. All right, I think that's all my questions for now. Then all there's left to do is to see you in action. Get behind the desk, you're going to take the next soul. Here's the tablet so you can access their file. And if you have any questions, you just turn to me, all right? Next! Hello, welcome. These are the Gates of Judgement. I am a trainee, so please be patient with me. Of course I get the newbie, just my luck. First I die in a freak accident with some do-it-yourself electricity work, and now I get the new guy at the desk. Ugh, just great. How can I help you? Ugh, how do I know you're not gonna screw it up? How could I screw it up any more than you screwed up your own electrical work? That was not my fault. The wire was entirely faulty. Sounds to me more like your brain was faulty. Excuse me? How dare you? You're entirely right. I'm sorry. I'm just overly excited for my first day. I probably shouldn't get so spicy with my very first soul I've ever helped. I want to speak to your manager. I'm assuming it's one or both of the two people observing behind you. Hey, you in the orange. What's going on? Your new guy just insulted me. I want him fired. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Hello? I just told you a complaint? An apology isn't going to do anything for me. I want action taken. Oh, you're confused. You thought I was apologizing about the situation. No, I'm apologizing because you thought that I cared when I definitely don't. Now, please shut up. I'm trying to read. If that's the attitude of your superior, no wonder you're rude. How about you, there in the black? Could you help me out here? You would like me to interfere? Yes, please. Fire both of these people immediately. Hang on, just 1 second. Who are you calling? Someone more senior than you? Oh, or maybe it's security, so I get to watch them get thrown out? No, I'm actually calling someone who might care about your complaint. And wouldn't you know, there was absolutely no answer. All of you are so unprofessional. I'm a paying customer. I know my rights. Okay, 1, you're not paying. 2, you're not a customer. 3, the only rights that you have are the ones given to you by the plane of existence that you're going to. Which seems to be, let's see. Yes, a punishment level. Ooh, nice. You're going to the Norse worm seal. Very nice. The dark pit full of snake bones. This is outrageous. If I could just talk to somebody who would listen, I could clear up this whole mess. You know, I could call up one of the Norse gods to help you, but the only one who ever answers is Loki, and yeah, he's probably more likely to give you an even worse punishment than the one that you've already got coming to you. Can't I just try to appeal to Hel or maybe Odin? In order to do that, you would have to go to your chosen afterlife. Would you like directions? Fine, if I must. Which way? Down the hall and to the left, you'll find a hallway filled with Viking stuff. Go down that hallway and keep walking. You'll eventually get where you need to go. Such unprofessional behavior. You haven't heard the last of me. Very nice thinking on your feet, Henry, threatening him with a trickster god. Thanks. I felt it was the right move. Try not to invoke the gods too much, though. They might call you out on it if they happen to pass by. Oh, I'm not scared of Loki. I've seen him doing karaoke. He's not so scary. That sounds hilarious. I really need to get out of the gates more often and actually participate in that kind of stuff. So, can I stay? Oh, yeah, totally. I think you're going to fit right in here at the Gates of Judgment. We all vibed pretty well taking care of that last soul. On that note, thank you for the assist from both of you. I was feeding off the intern's energy. Loved the sass you served, by the way. Well, I was trying to back up Henry's own authority in the situation and annoy the soul at the same time, so win-win. Well, thanks for the help anyway. I appreciate it. Hey, we're all in this together, right? Was that a High School Musical reference? What are you talking about? No, unfortunately, it wasn't. This is the least cultured man in the entire afterlife. He will not understand or make any TV or movie references. I feel so sad. Me and you are going to start his education soon, trust me. I feel like that's some kind of threat. Hello? Come on in, welcome to the Gates of Judgment. How can we help you? Well, I'm fairly new to the afterlife. Just came here after finding my paradise, actually. It's beautiful. But I've had something that's been on my mind for a while. Go ahead, we will do the best we can to assist you. I was wondering, well, celebrities die all the time, right? And with most of them being entertainers, I was wondering if any of them continue their work in the afterlife? Oh, I actually know a lot about this. May I? By all means, go ahead. Okay, so depending on the celebrity, there are a lot of them that like to continue their entertainment in the afterlife. There are comedians that still do stand-up, writers who still write books. Heck, there's even an entire wrestling league over here. That all sounds amazing. What about conventions? You know, being able to actually meet the celebrities and get their autograph or picture or things like that. There is the occasional convention, yes, with panels and signings and all that good stuff. All of this usually takes place in this common area that gives access to everybody with a paradise. If you look around and explore, you'll eventually see some advertisements for upcoming events, and it'll give you whatever information that you need in order to find the area. Oh, I'm so pumped now. I cannot wait. Does Robin Williams do any events? His comedy saved my life at one point. Actually, he does have a standing comedy special that he does every now and again from a local club that's not that far from here. He does this one bit about Trump. I swear you will think you're going to die again from laughter. I am so happy to hear that. Thank you. So, the paradise people get a lot of benefits, huh? Reward for a life well lived, intern. Is there any way I could sneak into one of those events? I have always wanted to see Johnny Cash in person. I think you already know the answer to that. Yeah, I figured. I thought I'd ask. You know, now that there are 3 people here at the Gates of Judgment, I was considering expanding it a little bit. What do you guys think? What do you mean by that? Well, in particular, I was thinking about setting it up with 3 desks instead of just the 1. You know, maybe we would be able to help more souls that way. Really? I'm the new hire and you're ready to give me my own desk already? You've already proven yourself more than competent in just 2 souls helped. You'll do fine. What about me? I mean, I'm a damned soul that's here by force. Are you really sure you're ready to trust me handling things on my own? Hey, I'll still be here. I'll just be supervising you from more of a distance. I'll also be able to help you if you need it. Well, I guess you're right. As I said, I've had a few jobs like this, so I'm kind of in my element here. Although I will admit, I don't know everything about every religion and every mythology. If you have a question, you just come to me or use the tablet. I'm thinking each desk should come with its own tablet. Once you put in the request, how long should that take? Not long. Look in front of you. That happened instantaneously. Wow, my own desk! Oh, it seems like a real nice mahogany, too. Am I allowed to decorate it at all? Knock yourself out! Excellent! I have the perfect action figures and pictures that I'm going to line up right here. Mine seems really sparse and very gray. I guess they gave us each desk that would fit our personality. Like mine just looks like our basic desk, because I'm happy with that. Yours, well, you still being a prisoner of hell, I guess they didn't want to give you anything fancy. I guess I shouldn't have expected anything less. Alright, I'm satisfied with this change, but I must emphasize, if you guys need help with anything at all, information that you don't know, or a particularly stubborn soul, please, please, do not hesitate to come to me. I am not afraid to put a soul to the side while I go help you. No worries, we will. Anyway, are there any last minute tips that you would like to give us before we get started? Yes. Don't let rude souls get away with that attitude, and don't give attitude to the souls who don't deserve it. I think that's the general philosophy of this place. Yep, it definitely is. Now, shall we get started? Are we all ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Let's open the floodgates. Excellent. Next! 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 Welcome to the Gates of Judgement, your one-stop shop for all the information about the afterlife that you need. How can I help you? You can't fool me. I know what's really going on here. Pardon me, sir? I know the truth. You can try to beam these thoughts into my head. You can have these realistic holograms, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I see through the facades. I think you mean facades. Them too. I can honestly tell you that I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. What is it that you think is happening here? This isn't the afterlife or other cockamamie nonsense. This is an alien zoo. An alien zoo. So you admit it then? No, I'm just trying to wrap my head around what you just said. An alien zoo. Okay, so do you mean like a zoo where you see aliens in cages, or a place where they put you in a cage and aliens see you? Don't play games with me. You want to put me on display and study me with your horrible experiments. I've read Slaughterhouse-5. I know what's going on. Wow, okay, so you believe that you were kidnapped by aliens so that you could be put in a zoo. You know, I'm gonna admit that's a new one on me. Well, I won't stand for this. I will not be a willing participant in this horrible freak of nature. I know my rights. Sir, please calm yourself. I assure you, nobody's trying to trick you. Nobody's trying to experiment on you. This is the afterlife. You're simply dead. That's what they tried telling me in the front area. But I won't be fooled. I know what's really going on. Okay, let's work backwards. What's the last thing that you remember before you got here? Well, I was in my truck. I was half falling asleep. And there was this critter that went across the road. I tried swerving to miss it. And then the last thing I remember is a tree. So, based on all of that, what's the most logical conclusion that you can jump to? Aha! You thought you had me fooled, but I know alien gizmos are better than human technology. You have one of those memory changer thingies. If you're just going to make up some random logic that'll fit into your worldview no matter what I say, there's no talking to you. I'm just going to look up your ultimate destination from the tablet here. Huh. You know, that's actually really unexpected. What? What do you see? No, it's just, you're going to a paradise. You know, despite all of your crazy talk, you were a really good person in life. A friend and neighbor to absolutely everybody in your town.
Well, of course, I'm a conspiracy nut, not a monster. Wait, hold on. If you know all of that, I knew it. I've been under surveillance by them extraterrestrials all along.
You know what? If it makes you happy to believe in that, then fine. Would you like directions to your paradise? Sorry, your luxury pen?
I told you I won't stand for this. I won't go quietly into captivity and... Did you say luxury?
Yep, with all of the best accommodations available, decorated with all of your favorite things, plenty of food and water, and your favorite entertainment at the push of a button.
Well, I guess being a zoo exhibit won't be so bad if I'm being cared for in a which way?
Go back out, go past the crowds, look for a set of pearly gates. Go through those and keep walking until you get to a door that's literally singing out your name. Trust me, you can't miss it. Good luck.
Well, sorry for the commotion. I guess I'll just have to get through it somehow. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to the Gates of Judgement. You lived your life, now face the consequences. How can I help you?
I am here to ensure that I am getting my just reward.
Uh-huh. And where exactly were you hoping to go?
Valhalla, like many other soldiers of my caliber.
So, you're a soldier that died in battle.
Yes, of course. I died while fighting in a war.
You know, I don't have to waste a minute of my time looking at your file to know that you reek of lies and hypocrisy.
Are you telling me that you don't believe that I was a soldier?
Oh no, I believe that. I just don't believe that you were a very good one.
You look like you've never seen a battlefield a day in your life. Who are you to judge me?
Fair enough, then I'll let your file do the talking. Alright, let's see. Well, at least you weren't lying about being a soldier. Looks like you were in the army.
I'm no fool. I wouldn't pretend to be a soldier. People like that are the lowest scum of the earth.
Not so fast there, little boy Blue. You may have been a soldier, but you were far from an honorable one. It says right here, you treated your comrades poorly, to say the least.
Those pansies, they couldn't take a joke. None of what I said was serious. I was just, messing around.
You can keep telling yourself that, but we both know the truth.
Just because they couldn't take a joke doesn't mean I wasn't an honorable soldier. Besides, I still died in battle. Where is my just reward?
Oh, you did die in battle, sure. However, even without the non-jokes to your fellow soldiers, you sucked in your platoon. You basically never followed orders, and even when you did, you only did so much as to have technically followed the order. As my father used to say, work smarter, not harder. And my COs couldn't complain because I was still, technically, following the orders. Alright, so tell me this. Let's say Odin is gathering soldiers for an eventual apocalypse. Why would he ever want a soldier who's disrespectful and doesn't actually follow orders?
Irrelevant. I died in battle. Soldiers that die in battle go to Valhalla. I want what's coming to me.
No, you're not hearing me. Odin, or Freya for that matter, neither of them is going to take a bully, a lazy jackass, or a disrespectful douche. You just so happen to be all three at once.
Just get me to my warrior's paradise already. I really want to see if I can score with a Valkyrie.
Oh, my stars. You know what? Fine. You want to go to a Norse afterlife so badly? I'm going to go ahead and facilitate that for you. Just give me 1 second. Okay. The doors behind me should be set to the Norse afterlife now. Take it up with them.
Finally, was that so hard? I wonder if mead is as good as the stories say it is.
Enjoy worm seal, private douche. You deserve it. Next!
Welcome to the Gates of Judgement. You look rough. Are you having trouble adjusting to the afterlife? Sorry, it's just... my chest really hurts.
Odd. You really shouldn't be feeling anything like that now that you're here.
Well, it's not pleasant.
I suppose it could be psychological. Did you die of a heart attack?
I
Huh. That was weird.
Ow.
Oh, you're back. What happened?
I think I was just alive for a second there.
Really? What did you see?
Firefighters trying to resuscitate me. What is happening to me?
Huh. I suppose it's possible that you're right on the verge between life and death.
And am I supposed to give in, or am I supposed to fight my death?
Oh, I have no idea. I've actually never encountered this before.
I find it really hard to believe that I have stumped the Grim Reaper.
I'm not the Grim Reaper. I'm actually an intern that's forced to be here from hell.
I'm...
Huh. Do I start helping another soul, or...
Yeah, that is not very fun.
The firefighters are still fighting for your life?
Yeah, I think I was in an ambulance, so maybe not firefighters specifically. You know, I never actually figured it out when I was alive.
Well, perhaps we should wait until your soul stabilizes to get you the information that you need.
Actually, I think
See you in a second. I wonder if I can get books on this thing.
Okay, actually, yeah, I think it's over.
Are you saying that the firefighters have given up?
No, but my chest doesn't hurt anymore, so I think my body may have just kind of given up on the struggle.
Well, EMTs can give a valiant effort, but unfortunately they can't win every time.
Nothing but respect for them. They were very nice to me, and they were professional for the few minutes I was conscious. I hope that they don't blame themselves for my death.
Well, I'm sorry that your soul went through that. Welcome to the afterlife and the Gates of Judgment. Now let's see here. Yes, your file is finally coming through, and you're getting a paradise. Oh, I see. You died after trying to save your neighbors from a fire.
Oh, actually, could you tell me if I saved that kid? I kind of collapsed the moment I took him out of the house.
Let me see. Yes, actually, he is safe. His parents are very grateful, and... Oh, it looks like they're going to take in your dog for you.
Aw, my little buddy. Good. He's a really good dog. He deserves a nice family.
Indeed. Would you like directions to your paradise?
I'm assuming I'm looking for the pearly gates, or are those just a myth?
No, it's true. Just head back out into the hallway and head towards the pearly gates. You should see them right away. Enjoy your paradise.
Thanks. Should I tip you, or...
And, with what money, precisely?
Okay, fair point. So then, bye, and thanks.
Hello and welcome to the Gates of Judgment. How can I help you?
No, ma'am, you may not go back and haunt your mother-in-law, no matter how much of a raging bitch she was to you. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know anything about your chosen religion. No, please don't try to explain it. Luckily, I have a tablet right here that can tell me any information that I need to know.
Because you've already crossed over. Even if you were to try to go back, you would reincarnate in a different body with a different life. You wouldn't go back as a ghost. Wait, how did you say you die? You were walking along and a brick fell from a building onto your head? I'm sorry. That sounds like something out of Looney Tunes. From what I understand, yes, you're allowed to visit other afterlives up to a point. It kind of depends on the religion and the deity. Look, lady, if you weren't ready to come, you shouldn't have followed the light. Your mother-in-law is just going to have to wait. Now, can I get you information on your chosen afterlife? There's no need to yell at me, sir. I'm not the one that's sending you to hell. You did that yourself when you, hold on. When you, holy, get out of here before I call somebody to drag you out of here. You just go back the way you came, third right, and if you hit the Buddha statue, you've gone a bit too far. Take care. Jeez, I feel like I've been here for days. With the way time works here, that might actually be true. Really? How long have I actually been at it? Oh, I don't know. Possibly a few hours, possibly a few days. Who really knows? That is extremely unhelpful. I take it you don't know how long I've been here either? That is an excellent question. You don't have an answer, do you? None whatsoever. Which brings me to my next question. Do we need to take breaks or eat or sleep? I mean, you're dead. All of those things are just kind of optional now. Some people still do them because they like the routine of it. Some people go without. That was the best nap ever. The new couch in the break room is so comfortable. Hey, Hermes, feeling better? You bet. And I have no idea where this shirt came from, but I'm keeping it. It's pretty snazzy. Anyway, I see we have some fresh meat at the gates. Of course, Hermes, this is our new volunteer, Henry. Henry, this is Hermes, you know, the Greek god. Nice to meet you, Hermes. Charmed, I'm sure. You know, ever since I heard the word break room, all I can think about is a nice cup of coffee. Angelo, is it okay if I go take a break? Go ahead. We'll field the souls for now. Don't eat all the donuts. Back soon. So, a new volunteer at the Gates of Judgement. Yep, and this one volunteered for it this time. You said his name was Henry. What else do we know about him? Not much. We never really got a file for him because he's technically not a new soul in the afterlife. Says he's 33, but I get the sense that he's actually been here for quite a while, possibly a decade or more. No file? I guess that makes sense if he's been here for a while. Did he share any information? He had volunteer jobs when he was alive. He's trans. You know what? Come to think of it, I actually never asked him for his pronouns. But we've been using he this whole time, and he doesn't seem to have a problem with that, so... Do you trust him? Yes, and you know what an excellent judge of character I am. Oh, I don't know about that. After all, I'm your best friend, and I'm a trickster god. Hardy har, you're hilarious. What about you, intern? If you hit the convention center, you've gone too far. Good luck. Sorry, what were we talking about? I was just asking your opinion about the new volunteer at the gates. Well, he's a good guy, deals with the dumb souls well, makes a lot of references that I don't really get most of the time. Maybe if I want to get to know him, I should be asking him questions. Hermes, you be nice to that guy. He's a volunteer.
Angelus Prometheus Salazar, are you implying that I could be anything but genial, sweet, and kind to anyone?
Okay, one, that's not even remotely my name. You know how much I hate it when you use fake names for me. Two, I can tell when you have a sassy twinkle in your eye.
I have never had a sassy twinkle in my life.
Who exactly are you trying to fool?
Intern, can you believe the mistrust here? I am his oldest friend, and he's accusing me of such immodest behavior.
You forget that I know you're a trickster god too, so I'm more willing to believe Angelo here.
The disrespect, the insult.
Don't you hit on him either. I would rather avoid the awkward morning after.
Okay, fine, fair enough. But for the record, you are no fun.
If you're going to the break room, just try to save at least one donut for me, please.
Fine, I'll try not to gorge myself. How about you, intern? You want anything?
Well, a cup of coffee wouldn't go amiss.
I'll be sure to make you a fresh one.
That is a good cup of coffee. So, a volunteer at the Gates of Judgement. That is unprecedented. You are the literal first. First time for everything, right? Do you want me to get you a cup? Oh, no need. Perks of being a god. I can just make things happen for myself. Huh. Neat. So, what made you decide to come to the Gates? I volunteered at a bunch of soup kitchens and things like that when I was alive, and I really missed the feeling of helping others in need. Oh, and, no other reasons? No. What exactly are you getting at? Oh, nothing at all, really. It's just that, I know who you are. Who you really are. Ah, yes, I'm a trans man. Honestly, I thought gods were supposed to be above this kind of judgment. No, not that. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the other thing. You know, I don't really get what you're implying. Are all Greek gods this quirky? Most gods do have some quirk or other, but if you're not going to be straight with me, then I'm going to have to do this another way. Well, first of all, I'm not straight. Secondly, shush. I need to concentrate. Concentrate on what? Okay. From what I can tell, you haven't come here with bad intention, at least. Of course. I said before, I'm here to help. We will see, I suppose. You know, if you really are a god, why can't you just read my mind or look into the future or something like that? I'm not that kind of god. Besides, I can know things without omnipotence. For example, who you really are. Now, I don't know why you're hiding it, but I can take one or two guesses. Even if I am hiding something, I probably have my reasons. Not that I am at all. Fine. You want to play coy? You want to lay low? I can play along. I may be a gossip, but I can keep a secret. What do you mean? I mean that as long as you're hiding it, I'll go ahead and hide the truth too. But you should know something. The truth has a way of coming out in the end. Duly noted. Well, I should finish this coffee so that I can take Angelo his donut and the intern his coffee. Oh, don't bother looking for the donuts. I kind of ate them all already. Damn it. I was gonna do that. Now that we're alone, I was wondering if I could ask a question. Go ahead, intern. Ask away. Well, how have I been doing here at the Gates of Judgment? Well enough. You handled the souls fine. Why do you ask? I just don't feel like I've made a lot of progress towards my rehabilitation. How do you figure? I don't think I've changed much. I feel like I'm stagnating. You know, your reaction to your rehab tells me a lot about how you view rehab. What do you mean? You see rehab as a process where the line on the graph keeps going up. That's not how this works. People aren't perfect. You're going to mess up, you're going to stagnate, and yes, sometimes you're going to get worse. Progress sometimes means the risk of regress. That doesn't make sense to me. I've always thought that if you're not going upwards, you're going nowhere. That's a harsh attitude to take, especially with yourself. Do you not see all the improvements that you've made with yourself in the short time you've been here? Honestly, I'm not seeing any growth at all within myself. Well, I have seen it. The first moment you stepped in here, you were looking for a fight. Heck, you even admitted to me that you thought this whole rehabilitation thing was going to be pointless for you. Now we've had what I would call a major psychological breakthrough in the break room. Are you talking about what I said about Ollie? That wasn't a breakthrough. That was me confessing about the worst parts of myself. All part of the process, my dear intern. And that's not to mention how well you've been treating your new coworker. Henry? He's a good kid. Good at his job, does well with the souls. Of course I'm going to treat him well. And that's progress. You say you died in your 70s? A person from your generation with your bigoted mindset? Look, I'm just saying that you've changed even in the short time you've been here. I guess I just don't see it the way you do. That's because you're too close to it. It's like aging. You see yourself in the mirror every single morning, so you don't notice when the wrinkles happen or the gray hairs pop up, because you always look just like you. A clumsy metaphor, but I guess I'm starting to get the picture. It's just hard to accept. In life, in my more arrogant moments, I never thought I needed to improve. And at my lowest moments, I didn't see how improvement was possible. All right, you want a sign of upward momentum for yourself? It's time for another step to your rehab. Do you remember when I told you to admit that you weren't a good person in life? Yes, I remember. It was not an easy thing to admit. Well, it's time to take another step forward. You need to believe that a person can become a better version of themselves. A lot of my life would give you evidence to the contrary. Enough with the negative self-talk. I believe that you can improve. Do you believe that too? I guess I kind of have to, huh? Not good enough. Self-affirmation time. Say, I can get better. Fine, I can get better. I will get better. I will get better. I will do better. I will do better. There you go. Now say that enough times that you actually start to believe it. That was exceptionally corny. Does that motivational speaker talk actually work? Don't know, but I thought I'd try it out anyway. Hello, I was told to come to the Gates of Judgment. Are those? You've come to the right place. What's your trouble? Alright, I'll get straight to the point. I'm an atheist, so I don't really have a belief system. I totally get it. Happens all the time. I bet you were surprised to even find yourself here, huh? Honestly, I'm not fully convinced that this isn't a hallucination in my brain in my last dying moments. That's a very common belief, actually. Don't worry, I'm not offended. Let's just work under the assumption that this is all real. Sound good? If this is a hallucination, I don't really see the point in fighting against it, so sure. Let's assume that this is all real and I am dead. What happens to atheists here? As a person of no particular belief, there are actually several options available to you. Lay them on me. You can be judged by whatever belief system you want. Basically, pick a god, they will judge your moral character, and they will give you an appropriate afterlife. So I can just pick whatever god I want? Well, I guess technically not any god. There are some that simply won't take you because you don't have the appropriate level of loyalty or some other aspect. Some only take their followers. But yeah, most gods will still judge you. What if I don't want to be judged by a specific religion? Well, have you ever watched the show The Good Place? No, but I think I remember something about it. It stars that Veronica Mars lady, right? Yes, but that's not important right now. Essentially, the cosmos, for lack of a better term, will judge your morality in life, and you'll either get a good place paradise or a bad place punishment. What constitutes morality here? Like, okay, let's say I really liked the Cosby Show, even though I know Cosby himself was a monster. Is that immoral? You're getting caught up on the technicalities. The cosmos isn't that nitpicky. If you were a good person, if you tried your best, if you did everything with good intentions, you're gonna get a paradise. Okay, well, I guess I'll go with that. How do I get the cosmos to evaluate me? That's actually kind of done automatically. I just have to take a look at your file here on my tablet. Let's see. Okay. Unfortunately for you, it looks like you're going to the bad place. What? Why? I wasn't that bad. The good news is the bad place has certain levels to it. You weren't bad, true, but you technically weren't the best either. You had some bullying tendencies when you were alive, and you treated your friends a bit poorly. My friends? I didn't do anything bad at all to my friends. Well, it says here that you called one of your friends Tubby and Lardo and Fat Ass and I don't even want to say that one. That? Come on, I didn't mean anything bad by that. That was just, good-natured ribbing between friends. Yeah, well, your good-natured ribbing really hurt his feelings. And yeah, it says here that you were aware of that too. Okay, fine, I was kind of an asshole sometimes. But come on, I could have been worse. I just wanted him to be a little bit healthier. It's no use trying to justify yourself to me. You're just going to get some low-level punishments and then you're going to go back to life to try again. Fine, I guess. Where am I going? All right, 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so the gates behind me should be now set to the bad place. Go ahead and walk on through. Okay, if this is a hallucination, I really hope I snap out of it soon. Here you go, intern. 1 cup of coffee straight from the Gates of Judgement break room. In a Winnie the Pooh coffee mug. Cute. It was all I could find back there. I know for a fact we have an entire shelf of mugs. And yet, it seems to be what I grabbed for the intern. Weird. Thanks for it anyway. And what happened to the donut you were supposed to bring me? What donuts? I've never heard of donuts. That's just ridiculous. You are working too hard. I'm not even surprised you ate them all. I didn't actually. Henry did. I do not believe you. Where is Henry anyway? I thought he'd come back with you. Still on break. Taking a look at some of the apps that you have available on the TV. And how did the interrogation go? Excuse me? I didn't interrogate him. I just got to know him a little bit. So, what did you find out? I learned enough. Oof. Seems like a lot of my tasks went undone while I was in my extended nap. I gotta go. Yeah, Quetzalcoatl? I'm on my way. I just woke up. He runs errands for the Mexican gods too? Quetzalcoatl is Aztec. Careful with the racism. And Hermes does a lot of things for a lot of gods. He's known as the messenger of the gods, not the messenger of only the Greek gods. Huh. With all the pantheons around here, you'd think he'd never have time to stop by here then. He's not the only one. Sometimes he has helpers. Plus, he's a god, so super speed is kind of one of his things. Super speed? Really? He's a god with godlike powers. Why are you so surprised? You know, I don't even know why I'm surprised. It just seems so cartoony to think of anybody with that kind of ability. We are far from your world of physics and logic here, intern. Huh. You'd think I'd be used to things like that, what with having been to hell with literal demons, but no. That's still kind of a shock to me. You'll get used to it, eventually. Is it weird to say that I kind of hope I don't? Oh? What do you mean? Well, in the mortal realm, I felt like I was in control of most situations. Seeing all of this mystical mumbo-jumbo. I don't know. I haven't felt this way since I was a child. It's the same feeling I felt when I cracked open Treasure Island or the Chronicles of Narnia for the first time. That is called a sense of wonder, and I didn't actually think you were capable of it. If I'm being honest, neither did I. Thank you for that brief insight to your mind, by the way. Now that I know you like pirates and mystical stuff, I definitely can't wait to show you Doctor Who now. Your break room is awesome. Where did you get the food? Oh, it restocks thanks to different gods, but mainly Dionysus and Demeter. Just divine. Your TV setup is pretty cool too. I know. I'm planning on hosting a movie night soon, or maybe a watch marathon. I am so down for that. But for now, do you mind if I take off? I want to catch my boyfriend up on the new job. Go ahead, go home to your beau. We'll be fine without you for a while. Thanks. I'll be back soon. Ow! Ow! You don't have to shove so hard.
Shut up, criminal. You'll be in a cell soon enough.
Why are you still on about that? Haven't you been paying any attention?
I thought I told you to shut your mouth. You there. What precinct is this?
You're at the Gates of Judgement, sir. What seems to be the problem?
Gates of Judgement. Has there been some kind of initiative to rebrand police stations?
No, you jackass! We're dead! We've both been killed! Sir, can I please ask you to unhand the other gentleman?
Not until I get this one safely behind bars. Now, you still haven't told me what precinct this is. Where the hell am I?
You're well beyond precincts here, sir. You're in the afterlife.
Do you see? That's what I've been trying to tell you. Ha ha ha. Stop encouraging the scumbag. Where am I really?
I'm afraid it's true. You're dead.
Nuh-uh.
Let's see if we can figure this out together. What's the last thing you remember?
I was walking by a convenience store when suddenly I hear a lot of shouting. I walk in and I see this one robbing the place.
I told you already. I was trying to help the store clerk.
I didn't believe you then, and I don't believe you now. Anyway, I start arresting this one, and then I hear some shouting behind me, and I hear a few bangs.
Yeah, that was the guy that was actually robbing the store. Looks like he shot us both.
Oh, I don't know about that. It could have been your partner that was shooting at us. Anyway, wait. I seem to remember
a really sharp pain between my shoulder blades, and then... Oh, heck, I'm dead, aren't I? Yes, sir. I'm afraid that's the truth. Finally, a revelation! Care to let go of me now?
Huh? Oh, right.
Thank you. Jeez. Did you handle every suspect so roughly? Well, let me just take a look at your files and we'll see what's possibly next for you. Huh. Okay. Huh. Well, that's entirely unexpected. What's so shocking about our files there? The moment that you two walked into the Gates of Judgment, I made the assumption that the cop would be going to hell and the alleged criminal would be going to heaven. What the hell, man? You just assumed I was bad just because I'm a cop? You did come in here acting very pushy and aggressive. Plus, let's be honest, the world has had a pretty negative view of law enforcement in recent years. Just because of a few bad apples. The world needs a reality check. Everything would be chaos without cops. Oh yeah, the convenience store felt totally safe once you entered. Wait, how did we die again? We were shot by your partner. It was hardly my fault. It wasn't my partner. I wasn't even involved in the robbery. Sir, it is entirely unnecessary for you to keep lying here. I know for a fact that you were actually part of the robbery. I'm telling you, I had nothing to do with it. What gave me away? Your file has absolutely everything that you did in life, including your final failed attempted holdup. Ha! I knew you were lying the whole time! Dang it. I was really hoping to weasel my way into a paradise, but I should have known it wouldn't work. Of course not. Now, if you would kindly go to hell, the gates behind me should be set to them already. Yeah, actually, wait, hold on. That's the wrong setting. There you go. Now, please, enter the gates behind me and find your destination. You're going to level 3, to be exact. Fine. Here's hoping I'll get some time off for good behavior at some point. Good luck, asshole. The nerve of some people, right? So, shall I go find heaven? Not so fast there, officer. You are not exactly without sin here. Ah, boy. You're not one of those all cops are bastards types, are you? Me, personally? Actually, I had a few friends that were cops. They were decent people, respectable, and very friendly with the community. Then again, I was a rich white man when I was alive. Look, okay, I admit that the system is flawed. We're taught to profile, sometimes situations escalate when they really don't need to, but that's hardly the fault of one cop. You can't blame me for being a product of my job. I actually agree with you. To an extent. Yes, the system that you were part of was flawed, but you didn't exactly try to fight anything in that system. Plus, well, according to this, the racism wasn't exactly just systemic with you. Yeah, well, no comment. But I stand by the fact that I was not a bad cop. Maybe you weren't as bad as some, but you still had issues. The racism being just one of them. You also at times took advantage of that flawed system, and says here you weren't the most faithful husband. Yeah, okay, that last one is one of my bigger regrets, if I'm being honest. Good news for you, you're going to level 2. Level 2 is intensive therapy. A lot of your issues were internalized badness, so you're just going to be confronting those personal issues. After you've done therapy for a while, you're going to have another shot at life, and if you've lived a good life the next time, you will earn your paradise. Well, I guess I would be a hypocrite if I didn't just do my time like I'm supposed to. So, I guess I'm going through the same gates that other guy went through, right? Yep. Good luck.